We're playing super perspective. I'll just let them go because they've already set up for some time now. Music for saying anything, you're muted.
I was just getting set up, and now I am. Hello.
Hello. It's another one of these switch to 3D games.
Yeah, I remember this one. I may have even commentated it the first go around.
I remember this one, but I was watching. It was probably one of the top 8s that didn't have any influence on picking. But it was a good race, it looked pretty interesting. It's just a puzzle game, which either of these two players are very happy with getting.
Yeah, they were all grumbling about it. But this one's pretty active, it looks like. There's a lot to do. You can, it switches fast when you hit the button.
Yeah, it's a puzzle game, but it definitely has a lot of execution. Tutorial, pretty much no problems.
Sometimes games like this can have this problem where you're supposed to travel until you can't travel anymore, and then that means you're supposed to switch perspective, and then you keep going, and you just kind of do that again and again. And so far that's kind of where we're at, but I know for a fact that it gets more complicated and interesting than that.
Yeah, remember in top 8 there were some puzzles that, as a viewer, I didn't know how to solve until someone in the race solved it, so I know it will get harder. For now, we're just
really taken off.
Walking forward. Yeah, this music's pretty good.
So Krankdud with a very slight lead, maybe like 45 seconds at most or something. Sokoban detected.
Sokoban!
A lot of options for where this box can go in 3D space.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. Lots of options, but the 3D ended up not mattering at all in that puzzle.
Yeah, and there were a lot of different solutions there too. I was like, oh, okay, then I can push the small one near the big one in 3D, and then I can jump up to the big one, and then I can go. But Krankdud just snapped it to 2D, and that's where the boxes were already close enough to jump to, right? Like, there's a lot of little optimizations like that available. Oh, Krankdud's got a box. Airfighter's really trying to get onto that ledge. I guess you can climb ledges that are like the stage, but if it's a box, you can't really grab it. Krankdud kind of killing it.
For now, looks like Krankdud just following that strategy of going forward as fast as possible. If any obstacle appears, switch perspective. And it's working out fine.
Yeah, the game seems to have these kind of discrete puzzle areas and then are connected by these sort of platforming areas. And it's those platforming ones where you can really be pretty mindless, go, 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 switch when you get stuck. Usually you'll see where to go from there. Krankdud descending this area that Arrow Fodder is climbing. 3 switches to hit up there. Got a platform we can send across. Can you hit the switch and then get it before it goes? Nope, I don't think so.
Doesn't look like it.
That's a big platform.
Yeah, I like Krankdud's thinking. I don't know where the red platform is going, but you have a red platform, you probably want to get on top of it.
Uses it to get to the purple switch, which I didn't really put that together that was where that was going to go. Purple's just in position for later, I guess. Arrow Fodder here on this same puzzle. Sends red across and then immediately chases under it, which I think is the right thing to do. So presumably, if all 3 platforms are on the right, there's some way up on the right side.
Presumably.
Oh. Was that intended? It looked kind of intended.
Yeah, I don't see any other way you can get on top of red there.
Level clear for Krankdud. Arrow Fodder keeps doing something to the camera, trying to like look higher, I think, and is not getting it.
At this point, I feel like I just have faith instead of just thinking, you see, oh, I have this red platform, it's gonna take me somewhere useful.
Arrow Fodder fell off, but I think is getting the idea now on the way to that purple switch. Krankdud with the mid-air swap to get on a platform. Oh, Arrow Fodder missed it. Krankdud hit a switch and revealed us something in a cutscene that I didn't quite get a good look at.
I think it was a button in some opening, but I have no idea where that is. If Krankdud does, I'd be impressed.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Makes a teleporter and away we go, I guess.
Huge crystal. Oh, that's actually the name. It's a big crystal.
We'll see if anything is required in order to progress in this game.
I mean, we wouldn't give a game that required that.
Not intentionally.
Not intentionally.
So we got a non-movable thing. This box just... Oh, the box collapsed when Krankdud changed perspective. It was behind a wall, so it just poofed. Air fodder is close. Midair... Oh. Oh, air fodder sending red away. You hop off of a ledge to grab the other one? Oh, it's a little janky, but you can. I like the decision to go back and get the box. Oh, Aerofighter finds a secret crystal. That is not going to help you solve this puzzle. Krankdud seems to be moving with a plan for this box. It's gone.
Wasn't a very good plan. Push the box on the button. That's a good plan.
Get the teleporter onto the next one. Aerofighter sent purple back and now has returned it to its correct position at the end. And is going to move red where it needs to be now. Going to try again to figure out a way to climb up those blocks. So this being a former top 8 game, the ones that aren't specifically picked for the best of 3s to be a little bit shorter, they tend to be pretty long, or you know, of a normal length if you're a top 8 player, in which, you know, maybe you're not, in which case it's probably going to take you a good deal longer. So it's kind of a lot to do a lot of the time.
Yeah, Maurice completed this in slightly under 40 minutes, so we'll see how long it takes these two players.
Yeah, that's a lot of minutes for a player like Maurice. Not that either player is doing badly. Krankdud especially has just been...
Yeah, nothing
really
stopping
smooth.
Krankdud.
So Aerofighter is through. Found the trick up onto the red block, I assume. Yeah, I think this is the next puzzle.
Oh, nice perspective switch to land on the box instead of the cactus.
Whoa. Krankdud takes a tour to kind of see, like, hey, what's up with this area? And it looks like the goal is to get a box on top of that switch to hold it down, so you can ride the platform over. Now, do you think you need that platform to get the box onto the switch?
I don't even see where the box is.
I'm just kind of assuming there must be one. Krankdud trying to cheese it. He gave it a go. I think he's going to back it up and look for... Those might be boxes. All these. I guess these are gates, and that's a box. Oh, and you can kind of see where this is supposed to go to catch the box. Oh, it's pretty picky. Okay, perfect. Wait, what? Oh.
It only works in 2D.
Aerofighter's stuck trying to find a way up this mountain cliff. There we go.
Big crystal get forever further.
Decent lead for Krankdud, who's been poking around trying to jump on some stuff in this next section. Has a... is that a collectible? What is this?
You take it from one stand and put it in another one, and then something moves. It's kind of the gimmick of this level.
Okay, taking the platform across. Puts the thing in, thing goes up. You can jump right to a platform, or left on top of the... whatever this is. If you get that moving platform on top of this yellow thing while it's rising, is it going to get lifted up? That's kind of what Krankdud's hoping for.
We'll see. Oh, it just stops it.
Just holds it down. Shoot, okay. Kind of seems like the platform's supposed to be there, between Krankdud and that platform to the left. Fodder box on switch, raising up the exit. Krankdud's got the rock. Wow, you bring it all the way back here, huh? Okay. Even higher platform.
So I guess I need the rock there to do something.
Yeah, seems like that's sort of the final step. Fodder solving that puzzle, moving on to the next one. Krankdud's got such a lead. I think maybe Fodder now is 2 puzzles behind.
It's not having trouble with this level, but got stuck so long in the last level that it's very far behind now.
Mm-hmm. Whoa, this block just went right through that other block. What is going on with this box? Why it just cannot land on the platform, but it can, but it can't?
Sometimes it can, sometimes it can't.
But in 2D, it's good. Aerofighter's got that platform right in position.
Just trying to get around this. No. And it is.
Krankdud's in that one block of ice from Super Mario 64. What happened to Aerofodder? It's having to get this platform lined up again.
The box disappeared?
Lost the box. As soon as the platform becomes like a moving platform, the box really doesn't want to be on it anymore. Okay, Krankdud's got a box on a switch. This looks good.
There's a big crystal.
You just do a big jump? Whoa!
Not big enough.
Okay. That's it. How many more areas are there? Big crystals, 2 of 3.
Maybe this is the
Just
final area.
one more?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no, the blocks are icy. I don't know what was going on with the collision there. Krankdud gets up though. Oh, Aerofighter needed to be in 2D to make that. Oh boy.
Krankdud was looking for a puzzle, I think. But there just wasn't any. He just walked forward.
No. Aerofighter doing this section that Krankdud was on a lot faster has got the rock all the way back over to the back of the level. Oh, don't fall off. Okay. Oh, you can't get back on. But there's should be another platform or something. Wait, didn't put the rock down. Alright, jumping from ledge is definitely an intended mechanic. And another. Into the teleporter. So this is a shame. Krankdud got stuck on this part and then realized, oh, I need to bring the rock all the way back. Aerofighter did do that, but then didn't see why that was useful and is now doing all of the wrong things that Krankdud was doing before.
I'll confess, when Krankdud brought the rock all the way back, I also didn't see why he was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Until he actually completed the puzzle.
It seems like such an unnatural move. Like you kind of feel like progress is forward, and this is really far back, and the camera doesn't show you anything over here, right? Like it feels like you're doing something. The game's pointing you that way, and you're going the other way. Here it is, pedestal on top. There's your ride. It's going. Don't let it go. Alright, never mind. Why does it do that? Just to get you up to the top, I guess.
Also forgot to take the rock here, like Krankdud.
So I guess that thing that raises in the distance for Krankdud, it's enough to reach the exit. Or maybe you need two. One on each switch. Oh, you can push the top one from the ledge the way that you can't with the small one. Then how will you... Oh, you're in 2D, right? Yeah. Push it in 2D. Now that doesn't shift it, but as long as you're in 2D, they'll all line up and press the buttons.
Yeah, solved that pretty quickly.
Oh, Krankdud stops a block mid-slide by changing perspective to push a wall... Well, not push a wall, but sort of bring a wall into the block's way. Fighter's trying to do a big push across this gap with this block. Both players have been trying to feel out if there's any kind of cheese. Like, this game is rough enough graphically, and with the way that some of the jumps and the way you grab ledges and stuff like that, I think both players, their cheese radar was going off, and they're like, I bet there's a way I could just jank through this puzzle instead of solving it. And neither player's been able to pull it off yet.
I assume there's some cheese, but also the developer seems to be aware because sometimes the cheese is kind of required, like mid-air switching or jumping on ledges.
Mm-hmm.
So at least to some extent, the cheese is part of the design.
It's a cheeseburger. It's baked right in.
Yeah.
It looks like the plan is to have one block go behind the other block, and that will put it on top of the button. Oh, there's no way to get that one back. Wait, this one's on the button all of a sudden? Okay, never mind. The back wall just lines up perfectly. Oh, too soon. You gotta time it right. Oh, you don't have to time it at all, actually. The wall will stop it just fine. Aerofighter sees the platform that is the destination for one of these boxes. One of these boxes will respawn up top and one of them won't. Well, they both just got crushed, so now they're both spawning on the floor. Never mind.
Big crystal?
Is there more? The last portal. Oh, I think you have to play through the credits. Is the instructions in the pastebin. But I think we're gonna see an incredibly fast blind time from Krankdud.
imagine there won't be too many hard puzzles in the credits. Just walk forward.
Yeah. Is this done now? I can't tell.
I can tell. Krankdud didn't that done yet.
Thanks for playing. Done 3023. This is like on the order of 10 minutes faster than both of the top 8 players when this game was featured.
10 minutes faster than Maurice versus Sir Nico, who is a well-known puzzle player. It's crazy.
He killed it. Aerofotter with the forfeit immediately after. Just couldn't wrap my head around it. If Aerofotter kept going, 10 minutes to finish the Tundra, maybe. Would have been in the ballpark of some of these other great players.
Yeah, I remember they spent a lot of time in the Tundra, but Krankdud made it look easy.
Really easy. Like, he got held up a little bit, like, you know, the blocks would shatter and he would have to reset or try something else, but he never once stopped trying things. Like, he always had ideas, and one of those ideas was correct. Like, one of the first 3 or 4 ideas was correct every time.
And we're joined by Aerofotter. Hello.
Hello. My brain hurts.
Yeah, it's been like kind of a lot of puzzles once you factor in the previous go around you had. So first off, Krankdud's time is way faster than the top 8 players last time this was featured. So it's a pretty exceptional thing that your opponent has done. So even though you were as far, I don't know how long it would have taken you to finish if you had kept going, but you probably weren't doing too bad compared to the likes of Maurice and Sir Nico.
Now, what were the top 8 times then?
38-35 from Maurice, 41-49 from Sir Nico.
I probably would have hit 50 minutes or more. Especially if the Tundra levels have harder walls than this. But I don't know what happened. I just it's just like ran into a puzzle and it's like I'm not sure what's going on, so I kept trying to bang my head against every available surface.
Yeah, it was kind of, the game didn't do a great, like, there was a lot of misdirection going on. Like, there was one part where you needed to take the rock all the way back to the start of the room, and there's a thing on top of a thing back there.
Yeah, not real sure what more to say about this. It's just there are some levels or some sections that seem like very straightforward platforming and just timing of your perspective switches, and then there were the actual puzzles.
Yeah, when it takes the gloves off.
So
there was like a lot of possibility space of like this box could be in many different places in a 3D and in 2D, and that's just one box, right? There's like this switch, this platform. Quickly it becomes a lot of things to sort of juggle.
Yeah, and right there at the end, right before Krankdud got done, I saw the third switch, like, I wonder what this switch does. Do I need to use this switch? Ah, crud, I need to use the switch, don't I? Like, I don't know how to even use the switch. So
I think I saw both of you attempting to cheese a puzzle or two.
I'm not even sure how I cheesed the puzzle.
Yeah, well, neither of you were successful, but there was a lot of attempts to be like, maybe I could just kind of jump up on this thing and just get up there.
I did consider, like, I wonder if I can go out of bounds and just fall down that way. Nope, there's a wall.
Uh-huh.
Which I suppose is probably a good thing, all things considered.
Yeah, we were talking about how the developer seems to have accounted for cheese, like stuff like jumping and switching in midair actually was like a mechanic it wanted you to do eventually.
Yeah. So. Oh well.
I missed your player card at the start, so I don't know offhand how many mystery tournaments you've been in at this point.
I was only in MT15. I did not get a chance to submit games for MT16 due to work being very, very busy.
Gotcha. So number 2 go around. You made it all the way to loser 6th. That's a pretty good run.
Yeah, twice in a row.
Yeah. So well done. Overall, you sound pretty defeated right now, but overall, how do you feel it?
I mean, it feels bad when you're this far behind in a match, but overall, good experience. I enjoyed it. Had some fun matches, some close matches, and being able to stay above even and win-loss ratio, I think is pretty respectable.
Very respectable. So, congratulations for that. Thank you so much for joining Mystery Tournament again, for coming to race, and for coming to talk to us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Hope to be here for the next one and the next events.
We'll be happy to have you. We'll be happy to have all of you back here tomorrow.
Is
for
it
more
tomorrow?
Mystery Tournament broadcasts. There's one tomorrow. There it is. Okami of Games versus Polterghost. Is that... It's not a top 8 match, but it's... Oh, actually, this is one of these like overdue matches from Losers 5.
Yeah, this was rescheduled twice already, I think. Hopefully it doesn't get rescheduled again.
Yeah, for internet dirigible's sake, fingers crossed that this one goes okay. But that'll be a good one. Both of those players have met in Kuso Grande before. They faced off. They've been an even match for each other. They're both really skilled players. Should be a good match.
Yeah, we're having fewer matches, but then basically everyone in these matches is really good, so there are going to be really good matches when they happen. So probably want to stick around to see them when they happen.
Yeah. If you want to see them, you can come back obviously at these times, but you could also follow us here on twitch.tv/mysteryfunhouse. You could join our Discord. I'll put the link in the chat and sort of become a part of the community. You'll see alerts and stuff for when matches are happening and when other stuff is happening. Yesterday we did our weekly race. We played an NES homebrew game called Nova the Squirrel. There was like a couple of racers in there, like 8 to 10 racers or something.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
Yeah, so we do lots of stuff. We have a lot of fun. But if you'd rather just stay a viewer, we're still very much happy to have you. We'd love to have you back next time, tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Time for more Mystery Tournament 0017.
Yeah, good night everyone.